Hello, my name is Leo. Welcome back for another episode of Ep28 as Finland. In previous episode, we managed to get... Well, first of all, we got the electricity finally, so we are now building up a whole lot of electricity or power plants in here in our capital state, and that is hopefully going to allow us to then reduce the workforce needed on a lot of things, and looks like the GDP has at least grown quite steadily. We are also getting a bit more immigrants. We got the Greener Grass campaign on both West Karelia and Newland, so we should be able to get both of these sort of fit or increase in population quite nicely. But then I suppose we are still colonizing, of course, here in Africa. We should be getting another layer soon, or another bit over there soon enough. We are having some transportation issues down here, though. Even though we got some... Oh yeah, we've got the steam trains there. We've got the steel passenger cars, so transportation... I suppose we just need to get another level for the railway, quite frankly. Let's get that underway. So we can make sure that those buildings are actually providing us with stuff. There's also another textile mill being built up here. I suppose there's a bit of patents available, and looks like, well, no, there's a lot of... Oh! I've got a new president. Now, it is the industrialists. We can keep the industrialists and the intelligentsia in power at the same time, I guess. And still be perfectly happy with that, so I'm okay with it. Then trade unions and rule folk are in the opposition for now, but we should still be able to pass the cultural exclusion law without too much hassle, I hope. And there we go, the industrialists are no longer as upset, so manufacturing tax income is slightly better. And that is going to be reducing the deficit even further. Now, investment pool is actually increasing right now. It's down to 25 million, though. But we've been using quite a bit. I think we might actually go ahead and... We might need to remove one of the greener grass campaigns. I'm going to remove it actually from the capital. It's going to be getting a lot of population anyway. Of course, since we got the electricity in here and the British supremacy movement. Oh dear, I don't really want them to support that one, quite frankly. So it's minus 10% university building throughput for 2 years, or minus 5%. I think we're going to take the minus 5%. We might have a few more radicals, but that's alright. So a whole lot of power plants being built. I'm going to guess most of that is built by Nokia, right? Oh, there's so many power plants being built in our capital. Oh boy, that's quite something. Yeah, there's 17 total, of which yeah, Nokia is building several power plants and paper mills. The centers break ranks. Oh dear. I'm going to take a bit of a hit on money right now, reduce the penalty, so we can at least still hopefully pass that law within this episode. We also still have a little bit of bureaucracy available, which is not too shabby. I'm building a trade center in Stockholm as well. Or Finland. But the Skyscraper survey. That's a surprisingly difficult word. But that should be done shortly as well. Now, how is the tech spreading to us? Let's see. So, psychoanalysis is 52% and combustion engines nearly 40% done. Of course, unfortunately, we're not getting any of the military tech spreading. Hey, and there's the survey completed. That's a lot more points available. We'll go ahead and increase the social security. And we'll probably go ahead and increase the law enforcement level 3. Not any further than that, though. And maybe the workplace safety, we can go to a 100% reduction of dangerous working conditions. And thus, the thing should be pretty good. The site has been identified. And let's go ahead and build that skyscraper then, shall we? And that's actually, do we want to go for trade nexus? More trade capacity and trade advantages. That could be kind of handy. We do need... Yeah, I think we're actually going to go with that. Because we need a whole lot of trade for our economy to survive, realistically speaking. So, let's get that going. I suppose another thing that we might want to do is build up some power plants elsewhere as well. Just so that we can start using those on some of the basic stuff. If nothing else. And start reducing the worker demand for a lot of the states. So West Karelia, we've got some power plants. Are those, yeah, they're not really using a whole lot, are they? You know, some of that end there lies the ranches. There's, of course, the urban centers, which are not all that well supplied yet. So we'll go and put in the power there. That might increase the demand a decent chunk. It'll also make sure that they don't have necessarily as many people working in there. Because the building's not profitable anymore. Yeah, with 3 buildings, actually more than 3 buildings. We're building quite a few things, but only 3 at a time, I guess. So it's going to take a little while for all the construction work to be done. The GDP is at least kind of staying stable above 30 million now. Of course, since we're building so much, like a huge chunk of our economy is dependent on the construction sector. Or the GDP is dependent on the construction sector. Hey, low process voting. So we just need one more success in here and we will have that law. Now that will reduce our authority by another 50, so that's good that we have this extra 50 right now. But then, of course, that does also mean that more people might be able to start moving in. I do actually wonder, so if we have a look at our capital, for example, there's currently migration away. There's some people moving in from Croatia. Oh. And East Karelia, I guess. And then some people are immigration to Ostrobothnia and West Karelia. Now there is room for, of course, a lot of workforce in here. Especially the food industries. Oh, no. Oh, I would really like to subsidize those, but I don't think it would be initially worthwhile quite yet. Oh, harvest condition. What's this? Pollinator surge. Oh, there's only one state, though. Well, I mean, I suppose it's better than nothing. Yeah, literary rate has kind of stalled for the time being. Standard of living has kind of stalled for the time being. Population, on the other hand, has not stalled. It's already 6.3 million. That is growing very, very rapidly. But I suppose with the mass immigration from the Austrian lands, it definitely helps. Ooh, oil shortage. Ooh. Right, it's the oil over here that is having some issues. Not too much that I can do to actually speed up things, though. And mostly because they don't have the population in here. And oh, there's another railway being built. Okay, Tripolitania improving relations. That's good. Do we actually have more interests? No, we've got 7 out of 7 right now. Ooh, public address goes over Rhine. That's not good. I'll just take the 15% penalty in there. Oh my goodness, we got quite a bit more loyalists than we have radicals. And looks like the loyalist numbers are still growing. I do actually wonder, so... Job seekers, how many jobs do we have opening? I don't know. But I reckon there's a lot job openings. There's also quite a bit of pollution up here. I suppose we got a decent bit of industry, which is probably not helping. And looks like, why is the private sector actually building a whole lot of trade centers in Sweden again? Okay. Well, I suppose if we're going to make a lot of money from trading in, or for Sweden, then I suppose that's not all bad. Now, speaking of trading, how is the... No, the Germans haven't gotten a whole lot of influence yet. I suppose there's even more different groups that are trying to get the influence over me. Now, I could maybe try to do some more trade deals with them. Or trade treaties. Let's actually have a look. What do we need? I could use a bit of lead. Groceries or... Actually, let's look over here. Ooh, opium. Well, we need a little bit. It's not too bad, though. Fine art would be another thing. Oil would be another thing. Although oil, we might want to make sure that we can still produce some of that ourselves. Tea would be another thing. We're currently not going to be able to buy that from Germany, I don't think. Nor coffee. Silk? I don't know if there's going to be anything there. But yeah, groceries is one thing. But again, it's one of those things that I might not want to import too much to make sure that the domestic food industries will actually still be able to, you know, operate. Eventually we'll get the automated bakery, but that's going to require the dough rollers, and that's in the production side of things. It's all the way there, though, so that's pretty far away. Ooh, there we go, cultural exclusion. So acceptance for culture, so minimum is going to be like 35 by now, but the cultural exclusion and the religion, or total separation. So that's actually pretty decent. And now I reckon there might be some more mass immigration. Or at least immigration in general, a bit more. We could have mass immigration into our capital. We're not having any right now. I do actually wonder also, how's the... Okay, the population increasing there. It is still increasing in our capital as well, and it's got 4 million population. My goodness. Now, most of those are actually moving away, though. But I suppose it could still be better. And there's... Oh, we're building a whole lot of ports again. Okay. Well, if you think that it's worthwhile, then sure, I guess. How many ports are we building? 15! Holy crap. There's also some power plants being built in here, but I suppose the power demand over there is pretty sizable. You actually wonder... There's the prime electrolysis, that's... Oh, electrical capacitors, right, that's what we need. We're going to get more explosives, among other things, at that point. There's also a power plant being built, so that's the power plant that we are building over here at Ostrobothnia. Got the lead mines in there, but not fully employed, unfortunately. There's not a whole lot that we can do to reduce the workforce demand in here either. I think the, yeah, even the diesel pumps would not reduce the workforce. So it's kind of a, stabilizing those numbers, I suppose. Ooh. Now, if we can get this one... I don't know where the Dutch Congo is actually colonizing right now. They've got 140 days. They're colonizing somewhere, but I'm assuming that it might be to the north. And then we can hopefully close over this. We can capture Congo, or do a quick little war against Congo, hopefully. Capture some of that. And then start pushing also further inland here. Although it's not going to be very quick, mind you. But once we get the malaria prevention, that's definitely going to help. And the railway in Congo is about to be done. There we go. Now it's just the... Oh, hey, there we go. Home Affairs level 3. Oh, actually, we should probably try to push for another law here, shall we? Just go for electric bureaucrats. There's a lot of support for that, actually. Not a whole lot of opposition. Positive movement would be somewhat opposed to that, though. But that would be reducing the bureaucracy cost. Right now, we've got more taxation capacity, but honestly, taxation capacity is not that much of a problem. Reduce the strength of the bureaucrats, actually. So that could be... The petty bourgeoisie would then extract more bureaucrats, which I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, there's a lot of support for it, so that would probably be a fairly quick law to pass. Another one, so we do want to keep the laissez-faire. We'll try to go for commercial agriculture, but the rural folk would hate that. We'd go for the colonial exploitation. I don't know if that's the one that we want to go for. This one's pretty decent overall. Like, it means that there's not a whole lot of fighting, although that does mean that our colonies won't grow as quickly. And we can't go for the multiculturalism quite yet. So, I suppose the one option that we do have is switch to the electric bureaucrats. It's got a good chance of going forward, and advance is also 51% there, so it's most likely going to be going fairly quickly, and petty bourgeoisie actually got a bit of bonus there, so we get more bureaucracy even. Which does actually increase the construction efficiency slightly further. Oh, Reese boom. In Kuopio, the iron mines, okay, yeah, sure. We'll get the throughput bonus in there. We do have a lot of iron mines. Well, we've got 11 iron mines in there. We've got a lot of logging camps as well. We've got some power, but what's actually using that? Nothing. Well, this is like one probably by population. We've got the power plant being built in there, mind you. That's us building them. Private sector is building a whole lot of ports and some explosive factory. It's most of the... A good chunk of the construction work is right now happening in our nation, at least, so that's good. But there might have been several, like, states deciding, or the, you know... the business owners of several states decided that, okay, we're going to build a port in West Karelia, and all deciding that at the same time. So there's now a whole lot of ports being built. I've already got 17 levels in there. They're also higher... Oh, actually, I don't think we need to subsidize these. They're still making a bit of money, at least. But that might then mean that a bit more workers can go elsewhere. I'm guessing the infrastructure... Oh yeah, there's plenty of infrastructure now. That's less of an issue. Oh. The silkworm farms in Russia are being... Norwegian mass immigration to West Karelia. Oh. Even more people. How far are we on the list now? At number 37 in terms of population, so not very far yet. But, of course, we've got less than 10 million still. So that doesn't really surprise me. We've got the GDP at 34 million, which is not half bad. Standard of living is still pretty decent. And if we can get the population up to like 7 million in the not too distant future, that'd be nice. It's going to take probably a few years still, but with the amount of immigration happening, it's probably not going to be that bad. Oh, Norway stopped damaging relations. Well, there we go. Improving relations with Russia, just to make sure that they are less likely to attack us. Oh, right. Is that power plant something that we're building in... it is, actually. The workplace station level 3. That's going to reduce the deaths probably happening. I don't know if it's going to be having instant... Well, yeah, it does increase the pop growth slightly. It's not like anything huge, but still, it does overall mean that less people are dying from dangerous jobs in particular. Oh, there's a private sector building and a railway over here as well. Okay, well, that's going to allow us to make sure that the transportation's always sufficient, hopefully at least. And we've got the pumps over here already. The coal mine, we can't really increase the productivity. Oil rigs are also somewhat limited. But yeah, the total population that we have in Congo is fairly small. It is growing, mind you. It's not growing very quickly. Of course, the malaria is not really helping us either. Red tape. The civil service, currently led by the intelligence, are deliberately stalling the government by creating unnecessary paperwork. They demand that their jobs be protected under the electric bureaucrats law. Current civil service can keep their positions. That would increase the intelligence's popularity a little bit. Unacceptable back to work, that's minus 15%, and a lot of loss of bureaucracy. Or we use this opportunity to train their replacements. That would give us a setback, but give them more success chance and cost us some bureaucracy. I think we're going to let them keep their position. I'm going to try to keep Intelligentsia as powerful as possible, so that we might eventually then pass the multiculturalism a bit easier at least. Because I reckon that the industrialists and petty bourgeoisie will not be supporting that law most likely. Right, now that we've got the power plant in here, do we? Yes, there's not a whole lot of demand for it yet, but let's get the electric fence over here at the livestock ranch to start reducing the workforce there slightly, and also increase the, demand for the power. And then we can start to maybe increasing the... First we'll put the electricity lights over here as well, reducing the workforce slightly. And there we go, that's all the 3 buildings that we're building. We have spent quite a bit of money in doing the construction work in here, but it's going to be worth it, I reckon. The power plant in Skyscraper shouldn't take too long. Oh, that reminds me, we still got some of the construction sectors that we did not convert. We've got the Capital 1 and West Karelia upgraded already. I guess we could upgrade the ones at Kuopio. Oh, that would be quite a bit expensive, but honestly, because that does have a lot of iron available, or rather steel production in there and all that, so that's now a bit more construction work. That's 370 points, actually. And there's still a bit more that we could upgrade, actually, but right now, since the cost of it is going to be somewhat high, it might be worthwhile just increase it slowly over time rather than going full speed ahead. We've still got 5 million gold reserves. Oh, and the Finnish Congo pipeline. Oh, oil pipeline permanent, plus 20% infrastructure, oil infrastructure throughput. We get plus 200 government expenses, but that's not too bad. The industrialists would like that. Sure. I don't mind that, actually, at all. Now, I don't recall that we can have a whole lot of the pipes or the oil pumps over here. No, we've got 1 oil rig thus far. But if we can colonize a bit further, which I think we probably can, then we should be able to get some more and work from there, really. Still building... Oh, hey, law enforcement investment 3 and social security level 3. So that's definitely costing us a bit of bureaucracy, but that's to be expected. But that should overall increase the effectiveness of the law enforcement. So less radicals and all that, and less, especially less radicals from political movements, less penalties from turmoil, although I don't think most states have a turmoil in our nation, but there might be a few. And then, of course, we'll get the workplace safety office increase slowly over time. Ooh, battleship is spreading, okay. Took a while, but something in the military category is now spreading. It's not exactly the tech that I was hoping for, but I suppose I'll take it. Oh, and actually, we're still about a year away, so it's going to be like early 1910 when we get the concrete fortification. And then military aviation is going to take a while, so we might want to go ahead and build a couple more universities over here. I'll put another 3 in West Karelia, because that seems to be getting a whole lot of immigration right now. Mostly because of the Greener Grass campaign, I suppose. But it's going to increase the population overall in Finland anyway. Although I suppose if we want to get to the most central location, we should actually switch that away from here and put that into Kuopio. Because that way it's going to be spreading to all of the states except Kola Peninsula, but at least almost all in here. So it's also not all in, but that's alright. Hey, low progress study, finally. So now we just need 2 more successes over here, and we can maybe get the electric production. So that's going to reduce the bureaucracy consumption, or use up a little bit with the institutions. Oh, Sweden joined the German power block now. Let's actually have a look. So does that mean... No. They're not really getting a whole lot more yet. And I don't think we can actually get a deal of them getting a... Oh, yeah, we can give them embassy. You owe them an obligation for that. Might want to get some goods in exchange. I mean, we've got plenty of coal now, so that's not something we need. Explosives, they got plenty. We could maybe get some of that. Fertilizer we could use a little bit, but it's not too bad. They have a massive lack of groceries, so we can't provide that. And both sides have a whole lot of tools. I guess we'll get a tiny bit of explosives. This is, right now it was, like, few extras, so we'll get, like, I don't know, 100. And that should still be, oh yeah, plenty. Oh, actually, it increases the... Right. Well, you know what, we'll just get the 100 explosives for that, that's fine. Hey, there we go, that went into force. So, now... they should be getting a lot more influence. Oh yeah, they're going to get another 50. It's not going to be enough to actually get us into their faction yet, but it should get us much, much closer. And then eventually we'll join their trade league over there. Yeah, so the standard living is 19.1 again. We are still presumably behind... Yeah, we're still behind British Congo, just barely. And of course Sweden does have the first place. GDP is still, well, it's still growing. It's almost 36 million now, so it's been going up fairly quickly. I do actually wonder, is the population finally increasing in here? It is. Oh, Northern Norway is also sending some people. I suppose there's still the mass immigration over there, but maybe the next immigration wave is going to be up here. Which would be handy, because there's quite a bit of industries in here and other things that could benefit from having a bit more workers. And thus we would get a lot more money, like the explosive factory and all that. And of course, it would also spread some population to the surrounding areas, which would still benefit basically all of Finland. But it looks like our skyscraper is nearly done. That's 7 weeks away. At this point, though, how's the... okay, investment port is going down even though we are constructing... Or almost going down even though we are constructing. I'm going to go and get the steel frame building up here. Oh, psychoanalysis. More influence, plus 10 maneuver diplomatic play, and minus 5% progressive population cost multiplier. There we go. And Sweden's building another sulfur mine in our nation. I mean, that's fine. Oh, there we go. We're number 2 again. We've overtaken British Congo. So now we've got over 400 construction speed. Oh, there we go. We've got the university. And a paper mill. Building up the university is going to be kind of handy in increasing the innovation. It's not going to be a whole lot per level, but it's still going to allow us to maybe catch some of these things a few months early. So once we get the mobile armor, we can get the tank production, and we'll be subsidizing that to hell and back, just to make sure that we get as much production as possible. I don't know how much it can produce tanks, though, per level, but I suppose we'll get the military aviation first, and I believe that's the same building anyway. So we can build one of those, and we're going to then have a look at what it would be demanding in there. Oh, film is spreading. That's actually also quite nice. That should increase our prestige and also some of the fine art production. Yeah, more prestige and then film arts in Arts Academy. And it leads to mass propaganda. I guess it's starting over here and probably moving leftwards. Through the... Well, maybe not actually. So first we got that one. Then we got the psychoanalysis. Then film. So it could be anything really. Oh, electric brokers got another 15% boost there. And project dissolved. Right, because Scandinavia is the thing now. We are in good relations with them, but we can't form the nation anymore. Oh. We can form Sweden, I guess, but no, we can't form, yeah, we can't form Scandinavia anymore. Declaration hails in force. Oh, did they hate us now? No, we've got a good relation still. So what sort of, treaties do we still have? We've got nothing with Sweden or Scandinavia in this case. Oh, well, I mean, I'm sure they will be fine. Although our military might need a bit of increase. It's currently 30 battalions. Hey, there's a skyscraper. Touching the sky. 25 prestige for 5 years. So that's going to get us, well, 23 now. But I'm surprised that they managed to get the support in there from Denmark. Because Norway was already supporting them, I think. Scandinavian-Canadian rivalry declared. I mean, I suppose that tracks. Yeah, so they've got also Iceland and Greenland. Viipuri Advocate. Explicit partisan newspaper founded by members of the Pacific Movement in Viipuri has published its first issue with an advertisement of political cartoons. It hosts ruthless critique of government policy. So they get either plus 10% political movement attraction, or they get more activism. I mean, are they already fairly activist? They are somewhat. They're agitating right now. We'll reduce the attraction a little bit. It's not going to be minus 15 for the support total, but it's going to be like a modifier within the support. Minus 15%. Oh, that's a whole lot of... Oh, we're still building a lot of stuff in Sweden. Do we still have... No, I don't think we actually have the right to build in Scandinavia right now. Oh, no, we do still have the investment rights. Never mind. That's fine. I mean, at least we can get a whole lot of money out of it then. And the population is now 6.6 million already. Oh, green mass immigration to West Karelia. Oh, well, fair enough, I suppose. I mean, at least we're getting a bit of population moving into Kuopio as well. It's actually getting a lot of migration right now. Mostly from... Oh, a whole lot of places, actually. Well, that's fine. So we've got already 6, nearly 2/3 of a million. An increase of about 100,000 a year right now. That's not bad. I believe that doesn't factor in the mass immigration either, so... Yeah, that's not bad at all. We're getting the university built, and then the private sector is going to be taking over all the construction work. It's going to be using up the investment pool probably soon enough. Which is less than ideal. Looks like Scandinavia is still building a lot of stuff in our nation. That's fine. Yeah, we're getting some sulfur mines in here. How is the actual sulfur production yet? I mean, they do produce quite a bit, actually. Produce a bit more population in here, but that's beside the point. Let's get the street lights over here. And, well, I suppose the rice farms can't use the electricity at all. How's our colony down here in Congo? Have we closed off? Not yet. But we needed 6 more months and we might be closing off the Dutch Congolese Congo over here. Well, part of it anyway. They'll still be colonizing in the north, but we can then get into Congo proper, or capture Congo, and then start pushing further inland over here. We'll also be getting a neighborhood, or border with North Angola, which is, or rather, I guess Portuguese Congo. We will eventually turn this into Finnish Congo as well, but right now I just want to get at least some of the stuff in here, so that we can then provide a good power base for them, I guess, is what I'm thinking. Black gold, black money. Inquiry has revealed the government politician recent wealth has been accumulated through bribes from oil companies, allowing them to lease land without bidding. So we must make an example of all parties in the scandal. Industrialists would lose approval. An elected official abusing his position is a severe crime. So we are right, because if we let off the oil barons, the trade unions would be upset. Then corporate leaders undermining our government cannot be allowed to walk free. We'll jail oil barons and corrupt administration, so we'll lose some approval from the industrialists and some legitimacy. Or even great people make mistakes. This all can be settled with some fines. I think we're going to take the... Trade unions are going to be taking a bit of a hit on the approval, but at least we are, you know, arresting the politician. Who was in... Actually, I don't... Probably was part of the industrialists, one way or another. No, I don't think so. Maybe the petty bourgeoisie. Probably should have checked that beforehand. Right, exile at the gates. Mother Chikaro. Who are you? You're landowner ethno-nationalist. Yeah, no, I don't think we want ethno-nationalists in our nation right now. There we go, we're finally making some money again. And low process of voting, and there's the combustion engine as well. Oh, perfect. Right, let's go for the motor industries and... Wait, no. Oh, there's another building these days, isn't it? Yes, automotive industries. Where's the highest productivity? I guess... only domestic. I guess our capital would be the highest place. Which requires some oil, rubber, and engines. And it would give us a lot of urbanization, some infrastructure use, and some extra throughput. We've got plenty of infrastructure there, though. But the productivity is pretty significant, so build at least one of those. That's gonna, well, it's gonna cost us a little bit, but it's also gonna give the investment pool or the private sector a little bit more leeway in building up the economy or their wealth in there, and not use everything. Oh, electric arc process. There we go. So hold on a minute. What did we actually unlock other than being able to now utilize that? It does unlock the public motor carriages in urban centers, chainsaws in logging camps. That's going to require a lot of oil, but that could be useful. Oh, combustion engine derricks at oil rigs. That's going to be really handy. And then truck transport for mobilization and motorized reconnaissance. And compression ignition. That's going to be somewhere down the line over here. So the next one was the electric arc process. That's going to be good for the steel mills. Let's actually have a look. What does that actually do? So that's increasing the iron use a bit further and uses a lot of electricity to produce even more steel. But at least the coal consumption stays the same, so that's good. But we got the... Right, it was the oil rig that we wanted to change to get the most out of it. So a bit more engine use, less coal use actually, but a lot more oil produced, hopefully. And that should be fairly decent. Right now our market is still having some lack of oil, mind you. Problematic policing. Police officers in uniform have been discovered supporting Finnish-French association activity while on duty, lowering public confidence in the police force. I'm okay with them supporting the French. Maybe slightly at least. But speaking of which, how close are we joining the... Well, no, it's still increasing a little bit. The Lord Pack is actually losing a little bit of support. So, we'll probably get to like 70 or 80 point advantage for the Sovereign. Which, of course, is still not going to be enough. We need 200 in there, and that's going to take a while. But at least we got the embassy in from them. So that should keep them somewhat high levels in here. Now, has the colony been completed yet? No, that's still 120 days. Still a whole lot of textile industries built, partially in our nation. A whole lot of that is actually in Götaland, though, so that's in Scandinavia. So we did not become part of it, but that's fine. I mean, you know, only a small portion of our population are Swedes anyway, so it makes sense that we are staying out of it. But at least we got decent relations with them. Oh, there we go, workplace safety to level 4. Does that actually have an... Oh, yeah, there we go, 103,000, almost 104,000 per year now increase. Naturally, and of course all these mass immigrations that are happening are helping even further. GDP is also almost at 40 million. Let's actually have a quick look again. How close are we catching up to the next one? So British Senegal is at 40.4. And I think we are going to be overtaking them soon enough because our industries are growing very rapidly. And then after that, it's going to be Philippines and Cuba and Italy pretty close to one another. And of course, Ottomans. And then I suppose pretty East Africa. After that is Korea, Dutch East Indies, the Netherlands. I do actually wonder, are we getting any prestige from leading producer of anything? We are leading producer in, well, number 3 producer in luxury furniture. So not very high on the list on anything, but at least we get some prestige from that. But I do see, unfortunately, that we are out of time with this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.